So we wanted to just talk about some design strategies for managing multiple brands. This is kind of the fun part of the presentation, but like we see this all the time, right? And it's actually kind of amazing if you start opening your eyes to it, how frequently there are just consumer brands that are in partnership with another company. Now, the behind the scenes on this is a Visa, for example, might have a build, partner, or buy kind of an option when they think about offering new services to members. They're, of course, not going to buy or build something like Amazon. And so partnership becomes a really viable way that they can do that. So where we've got these Visa Prime cards, where we've got these American Express Marriott cards, where we've got, I think, just a really kitschy and fun one, but we've seen things as provocative as, tennis shoes and ice cream. We've seen things like we've got, big consumer brands like Taco Bell and Doritos coming together. So all of these things that we might think are sort of inorganic from a company standpoint, if they have brand strategies that are implemented with really deliberate intent as to what is the hierarchy and what are we trying to present to the member, how are we addressing the right value proposition, these things can be done very elegantly. Sort of at the other end of the health spectrum from our ice cream is then just an example of crest and scope. So things that really do seem like they fit well together. That whole spectrum can be addressed really nicely depending on how it's approached. This good co-branding is all around us, but similarly, and the risk at the other end of the spectrum is bad co-branding is also all around us. And it's really easy to tell, especially for an end member who is being asked to make sense of something. It's really easy to tell if something was just slapped together. And I think, the NASCAR is a great analogy and no pun intended, a great vehicle to talk about, from a end member perspective, where co-branding can sort of go wrong. If we're just simply slapping the logo on because someone is paid to slap the logo on, that's going to be overwhelmingly clear to an end member. And where that really matters is when we're trying to help somebody navigate something as complex as their health journey. And so this is like, I think, a nice spectrum to think about what do those really nice co-brandings look like, all the way over to what is something that's a little bit haphazard. And I would argue from a design perspective and a member perspective, like really pretty disrespectful to say, here, you deal with it. We've gotten all these brands together, but you sort of deal with deciphering how they fit.